Missing on this single statement on your study permit might cause you to waste a lot of your time, money, and energy. I personally face this issue, so I want to share this as you could just rectify it then and there immediately when it's easy and when it's possible. This is Canada Voice, voicing all of your questions with personal and legit experiences. I'll be sharing another experience which a known person of mine had with their work permit. So stay tuned till the end of this video. I hope you all have seen my previous video. If not, do be sure to check that video as well, where I explain each and every step you will personally be facing as you land here in Canada. Now, here we go. At the immigration's office, I got my study permit, verified all my details, and exited the airport, got into a cab, reached my hotel. I was tired. All I wanted was to relax. So a good friend of mine calls me to check up on me, and he mentions this missing statement issue as he faced this a few days back. And I checked my study permit and this statement was missing. So first, let me explain how a study permit looks like. It's in this A4 format. Even the work permit looks same, so it's the same thing for both of these permits. The upper half consists of all your personal details like name, date of birth, study permit number, expiration, and passport number. And the bottom half comprises of rules and regulations for your stay here in Canada that you are supposed to abide. It consists of like 2 to 3 points max. The first statement is straightforward, stating that you must leave the country by the expiration of your permit. And now here is the important part. So as you can see, I have pasted this statement over here. This statement is the only statement that gives you the eligibility to work part-time here in Canada as a student. And that was missing in my study permit, which would have caused a bigger problem in future. So yes, you don't see the part-time, full-time words mentioned, but you have to see this exact statement in your study permit stating that you are eligible to work on or off campus. And that was missing in my permit. Luckily, I got to know that there was a flaw in my study permit on the day of my arrival. If this issue had passed the first day, like if it was day 2 or day 3 of my stay here in Canada, rectifying it at the airport would be an issue. So the first day of your arrival, any issue regarding your study permit or immigrations can be directly rectified at the airport itself. Due to a huge number of people coming into Canada now these days, they don't encourage you to rectify any documentations like after 2 or 3 days at the airport. Things would have got complicated as I would be shown to visit different other government offices. So I immediately rushed to the nearest train station. It's a metro station and they call it a SkyTrain here in Vancouver. Got myself a compass card, which I'll be making an exclusive video on, tips and tricks, explaining how to get this compass card, the payment, and explaining you all the zones and terms that go along here in Vancouver. So stick around, subscribe to my channel. I immediately got onto the train, reached the airport, and here in Vancouver airport, you enter the arrival section and you see people coming out of the exit from the right side, and on the immediate left, you see a small immigration office. So any other Canadian airport, feel free to ask any security or police officer pointing to the immigration office and they will guide you through the steps in that respective airport. I entered there was this immigration officer. I presented my study permit. He asked what all inquiry I had. So I just mentioned that this particular statement is missing on my study permit. Could you please help me out with that? So he asked me all my documents like my passport, acceptance letter, enrollment letter. They want to verify whether you're studying full time. So they asked a few questions about that, about my stay in Canada, about my course that I have chosen, the duration of my course. After verifying all these statements, he took my old study permit, destroys it, and takes my passport and acceptance letter to print me a new one. This process took about like 45 to 1 hour because there were only a few people in this immigration office. I got my new student permit with this statement printed in my rules and regulation comment section. So this was a common issue a lot of people have been facing, not knowing how to rectify it. As you get your study permit, please check this statement because it's very important and it's very easy to be rectified at the airport itself instead of like me leaving the airport, reaching the hotel, and then again rushing back to the airport to rectify it. Ask and inquire about anything you have with the officers. Don't feel shy, don't hesitate. Now, coming to the work permit issue. So basically, you get an open work permit through your spouse or any other means. An open work permit states that you can work across Canada, anywhere, any province, and not just the province you arrived in. So this known person of mine had this statement in his work permit that he can only work in Vancouver. It's not even the entire province, but only a particular city, which is not right. It's not supposed to be like that. This statement might actually cause a problem with the employer in the future. Get it rectified on time at the airport itself. This is all for today's video. Stick around, subscribe to my channel for more such amazing Canada information. Like, comment what all questions you want to be answered. Share this video with all your friends and family. It's quite warm around here, so I better get going, and it's getting dark. It's like about 9 o'clock already. Hope you have a wonderful journey and a wonderful stay here in Canada. This is Canada Voice, voicing all your questions with personal, legit experiences. See you in my next video. Bye bye.